peered through the windows while she was eating, even tapped on the glass as she was having a lunch. She said the people of York were uncouth, said she would never come again. That was in 1854. She was on the throne until 1901 and never did visit the city again. She also fell out with the city of Bath. And she was a princess. Someone there said she looked dowdy and had fat ankles. Well, that's not to upset anyone. It would upset me, that. I have lovely ankles. It's the rest of it that's horrible. I think sometimes Queen Victoria could just be a little awkward.
Bridge, which was opened in 1861, but it collapsed and wasn't reopened until 1863. On the right, facing onto the river, is the Guildhall. Originally, it was built in 1445 for the Guild of St Christopher and St George and the Corporation.
If you want to see the Guildhall or a mansion house or the city centre and the shops, go down the next road on the right, Lendal. At the other end of Lendal is St Helens Square. As you enter St Helens Square, on the opposite corner is the world famous Betty's Tea Rooms. You can tell when you're outside Betty's Tea Rooms, the footpath's made of rubber, so when you see the prices and fall over, you don't hurt yourself. If you want a lovely afternoon cherry cake for half the price, and I think just as nice, go to the traffic lights ahead and turn right, and then just on the left is the York Cocoa House, especially if you like chocolate. It's absolutely gorgeous. They even put chocolate in there, savoury stuff. This is one of two stops for the Minster, but I prefer the next stop for the Minster because that way you approach it through the medieval gateway the way it was 600 years ago.
Our next stop is for the Museum Gardens, the Yorkshire Museum, Betty's Tea Rooms and the York Boat River Cruises. In the gardens to our left, you'll see the ruins of St Mary's Abbey, once the largest and richest Benedictine abbey in the north of England. It was pulled down by Henry VIII's men in the dissolution of the monasteries in the 1500s. Also, you'll see some of the Roman fortress wall and Nortangular Tower, as well as the remains of St Leonard's Hospital, which was closed in 1539. The hospital's main function was to care for the sick, the poor, the old and the infirm.
I think that's where I'm heading. Now ahead of us, the west end of York Minster. Its full title, the Cathedral and Metropolitical Church of St Peter in York. It's easy to call it the Minster. Minster comes from a Saxon term for a religious establishment where the priests and the monks went out to minister to the needs of the people around them and to educate them in the ways of the Christian Church. The largest medieval Gothic cathedral in northern Europe. There's a bigger one in Spain. It's a cathedral because it holds a cathedra, the seat or throne of a bishop or archbishop, in our case of course the Archbishop of York. And don't let the term Gothic put you off, that's a technical architectural term. Basically it just means the building covered in pointy bits. You can of course go into a service for free, but if you go as a tourist they do charge you, and it is quite expensive I'm afraid. But it does cost £7 a minute every single minute of the year to maintain the fabric of the building, £3.65 million a year, and they don't get any grants. If you don't want to pay that, you can't pay that, you still want to see medieval church architecture and stained glass. There are 9 medieval churches still consecrated inside the city walls. You can go into most of them if you want. You put a contribution in, but you don't have to. If you want to know where the best ones are, just ask.
The theatre is said to be haunted by the ghost. Leading to the Minster is called Duncombe Place. It used to be much narrower and called Blood Lane. The street was widened after London Bridge was opened to provide a better view of the Minster, and renamed with its present name, Duncombe Place, after the then Dean of York Minster, Augustus Duncombe.
So this brings us back to stop number 1 on our map, Exhibition Square, where our next tour will be in about 4 or 5 minutes time. You're welcome to stay with us round on the tour while we're in the square. We'll try and tell you something about the 1,700 years of history that's all around us in the square. If you are leaving us here, we'd like to thank you for travelling the York City's Light Scene. Thank you for coming to York in the first place and helping to keep us all in work. If you've enjoyed your tour around, my name is George. If you haven't, I'm Alison.
On the left is the City Art Gallery, which was built for the Euro.
Museum does have other advantages. It's the latest closing museum. It doesn't close till 6 o'clock. Most of it's got a roof on. You can stay dry and reasonably warm in there, and of course so. But then again, I suppose if they cut your head off, you would tend to lose weight. Now this is the closest stop for the National Railway Museum, the largest railway museum in the world. If you want to go, you go straight